Hey folks, Barry from Levels here again, as always, in my home workshop. I wanted to introduce you to a different kind of puppet this week. It's called a shadow puppet. Shadow puppets are some of the oldest kinds of puppets that there are. There are many different cultures that do shadow puppets, and all kinds of puppet artists, including myself and my creative partner. Here's a couple of shadow puppets that we created for some of our shows. You want to see how to do it? Let's get started. Okay, so what you're gonna need is some kind of cardboard. I prefer black cardboard for these because it makes a neater shadow, but you don't really have to worry too much about that. If you're using black cardboard, you're gonna wanna draw some stuff onto it with a light colored pencil, so I have these. As always, we'll need our scissors, any size. In fact, more than one size might be helpful for this. 2 sticks. I have these dowels, but you could use chopsticks or even pencils, skewers, whatever you can find. A hole puncher. If you do not have a hole puncher, get a sharp pencil or something like that. Young children, please get your parents' help before you go playing with sharp objects. And then you're gonna need these brads. You're gonna wanna make sure that the hole that your hole puncher makes is smaller than the head of the brad. Otherwise the brad will slip right out. And these guys are very simple. You slip them in and they unfold like this, and you can use them to make a moving joint on a puppet. I like duct tape for this because it's really flexible and strong. And then when it's time to perform your show, you're gonna need some sort of a sheet or a piece of fabric that light can cast shadows through. Nothing too opaque and nothing dark in color. And a source of light. A small lamp, even a flashlight, although you'll have to have somebody hold that for you. So I'm gonna make one of the simpler shadow puppets that I like to make. Just as an example of how you can do this, I'm gonna make a snake or serpent or dragon. And you can use the building blocks I'm giving you with this project to make any number of shadow puppets. What we're gonna need is first a head. And I'm gonna give him an eye. A little nostril there, and I'm going to indicate where I need to punch a hole so it'll hook up to other stuff. Then you're going to need the end of the tail, and I'm going to draw sort of a teardrop with a point on it. You know, I'll give it like one of these devil tail things just to be fancy. What's in between, you may ask? It's going to be ovals like this, and you're going to punch a hole in each end. And we'll make a big chain of these ovals. So let's cut out our pieces. Now I'd really like to cut out this eye, but of course it's sort of trapped in the middle. That is one of the reasons for the hole puncher. Not the only reason, but if I punch a hole there, and I'm going to use a smaller pair of scissors that I can really get inside there with. I'm just gonna punch out a nostril like that. There we go. Now we're gonna cut out our ovals. Now, because I have a thin cardboard here, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and try to cut out 3 at the same time. I think that's gonna be the exact size I want to deal with. Now, each one of your ovals gets a hole at either end. Don't put it too close to the edge. If you put it really close to the edge like this, it's very easy for it to just rip right through like that. What you want to do is go in just a little bit like this. There we go. And just a little bit like this. There we go. Oops, sometimes it doesn't punch out all the way and you have to go in and pull it out. So each one of your ovals is going to have 2 holes in it, sort of like that. So now the brads come in. So starting with your head, we're gonna join the head to the first body segment. Line these up, put the brad through, and open up the brad all the way on the other side. And when you've unflattened it like this, you have a flexible joint. And you're gonna continue along the chain, putting your dragon together with these brads. Now, you're going to need control rods in order to hold this against the back of your screen. So I'm going to turn it over. This is going to be the side that faces me, and this, where the heads of the brads are, is going to be the side that's against the screen. It's better to put the rods on like this so that they're coming back from the puppet and you don't see them as easily. And it'll also allow you to hold the puppet flat against the screen. I'm going to take a little piece of duct tape, and in fact, I'm going to tear it in half. And I'm going to put about half of the piece I have onto my stick. And I'm going to kind of fold it over, trying not to fold over the top part, so that I get something like that. Now, I may have made it a little big, so I'm going to just chop off the top. Now, you want to put this near the top of the dragon's head, so the dragon kind of hangs down from it. You're going to make a second one of those, and you're going to put that one on the tail. Don't tape down any of your brads, and don't tape across any of your pieces. Don't lock them in place. You can do a number of dragony, serpenty things. I'll show you a couple of other things that you can do with shadow puppets. I'm going to make a person's face, but I'm going to sort of leave out the lower jaw. Lower jaw would usually go here. But what I'm going to do is create a lower jaw piece that's kind of like this, that can overlap, because that's the trick to these things. Oh, look at that. He's got kind of an underbite. I like that. So I'm going to punch the hole through both of these at the same time. Pull out the excess. Put my brad in. Open up my brad. See? That's how I should be speaking. And then we just mount some sticks here and here, and we'll be able to have a talking puppet. So the trick is, anything you want to have move, you have to do as a separate piece that overlaps. You could make arms move. You could make legs move. So let's see what these shadow puppets can do. It's easiest to hang your sheet or fabric in a doorway and set up your light source so that it's between you and the sheet or fabric. Then you're ready to perform. And that's about it. This is Mr. Shadow Puppethead saying, I hope this worked for you.